Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been doing well. Today's video is going to be a little bit different from what I usually post, and I wanted to talk about two bags that are actually not designer bags, but bags that I have been using lately and really enjoying a lot. And I figured these would be good alternatives to use if you are ever in a situation where you don't want to carry a designer bag for whatever the reason is. So even though I do pretty much wear designer bags, I would say most of the time, so 90% of the time, I'm pretty much using a designer handbag that I have in my collection. There are definitely times when, for some reason, I either don't feel comfortable using a designer bag or I'm traveling to a foreign country where I'm a little bit unsure of the safety there and I don't want to draw further attention to myself, and so that would be a good reason for me to carry a non-designer handbag. And there are just times, depending on the social situation, whatever that may be, where I just feel more comfortable carrying a non-designer handbag. So for those instances that have come up in the past, I would say year or so, these are the two bags that I have been using the most. And this one right here is the Madewell, a broad shoulder bag, which retails for $168, and the color of this is called Dark Toffee. I just checked the website and they don't have it anymore. I believe it is sold out, but I know Madewell will sometimes bring things back, so it is possible that they bring that back in the future. I also feel like if you were interested in this bag, you could probably find it on Poshmark. So the name of it is the broad shoulder bag. And my friend actually has it in black, and she was the one who told me about it a few years ago. And I really liked this cognac brown color, and it was definitely a color that I didn't have in my collection at the time, but it's also a color that I felt like I wasn't really sure about. So I kind of felt like going with a non-designer handbag route and trying this color out would be good for me, just to see if maybe in the future I might consider adding a more expensive handbag in this color to my collection. So that was like one reason why I was kind of drawn to this brown color. I did get it a few years ago. I'm pretty sure I got it on sale because Madewell always does sales, so I didn't pay full price for it. But I would say for the first like 6 months to 9 months, I really didn't use it at all, to the point where I was contemplating selling it. And then I had a few trips come up where I really wanted to test this out. So I took it to like a trip to Seattle, I took it to a trip to LA recently, and I have to say it's held up and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll go in more detail about that later. And then for the second bag right here, I am sure you are all familiar with this, and it is the Uniqlo round mini bag, and it retails for $19.90. So unfortunately, there isn't a Uniqlo near me anymore. So unless I wanted to take the trip out to, the suburbs to find it and hope that the store that I went to actually had it in stock, which was just going to take more time and energy than I felt like it was worth, I just decided to go ahead and pay for the $7 shipping. So let's start with the Madewell, and this is a full leather bag. I've definitely used it a lot recently, so I felt like I could give a decent review on it. And I will say that it looks better stuffed. It looks a little bit odd right now, but with these little folds coming out, because there's nothing in this bag. And you can see that there is definitely some scratches on here, although I think the light is buffing it out slightly. There are some random light scratches kind of just all over the leather. I think that is just the way this leather is, and I think it's just meant to have that worn in look. So the more you use this bag, the more it's going to develop these little scratches, which I really just feel like gives this bag a lot of character. It does have this really, really nice brass hardware. So this is the flap right here, and then it has a hardware right here. The strap is adjustable, as you can see. And for the flap, you just flip this open, and then you can see that, and then you open it this way. And it is unlined on the inside. There is one flat pocket in the back. Otherwise, it's just one open compartment. And you can see under the flap here, there's one magnet, and then the other magnet is inside here, which you can kind of see that indentation. And so what that really does is it kind of helps keep it closed. So if you are just out and about, you have this on crossbody, you can just shut it like this and it kind of finds itself. So even though this little hole is kind of small, you might think it's cumbersome, but because of the magnet, it actually helps to find its place very easily. And then all you have to do is flip that up and the bag is secure. It is really nice and secure. The magnet helps a lot because, like I said, it just helps to find its place. So you're not kind of like moving the flap around to see where is that little hole that I need to put the flap up. And it does feel very secure. So when you open it, you do have to give it a little bit of push. Not a lot. It's not heavy by any means, but you do need to kind of just like intentionally open it up. And that's how you open the bag. And the back side is one flat pocket, very easy. And what I like about this bag a lot is that it reminds me a lot of the Pochette Métis, except that there is no divider in the middle, and it kind of gives you a little bit more freedom because you can just fill this entire space up and not have to worry about a divider right kind of cutting through the center of it. It also just has that kind of same rectangular silhouette. Obviously, the Pochette Métis is a couple $1,000s. This one is less than 200, so the price point is definitely a big difference. And this one does not have a top handle here, which the Pochette Métis does. And let me just quickly show you guys my long wallet so you can just see, just in terms of dimensions really quickly, what it looks like. So it's great because you don't need to downsize, and you can see the wallet fits perfectly in there and you still have a ton of room to play with. This is just a really great travel bag, I feel like. It's incredibly practical and it's super nondescript, so you're not going to stick out. I don't think it's the kind of bag that most people are going to recognize immediately, and so it's definitely a good quality all leather bag. So I would say this is a very sturdy, well-made leather bag. It is a great crossbody travel bag. I've definitely used it for travel a bunch. I'm going to be going to Mexico later this summer, and I definitely want to bring at least one handbag that I can use very freely and not have to worry about. And I'm definitely going to bring either one or both of these bags. I haven't quite decided yet, but these are probably going to be the contenders for that trip. And yeah, I have to say, this is a really, really good, well-made bag. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. I think if you are in the market for something that's this size, that's kind of this like satchel style with the crossbody, I really do love having this back pocket right here because I will just keep my phone here for the most part, and it has easy access, and it's been really, really great. Moving on to the Uniqlo bag, and I have to say, what I love about this bag more than anything else is just how lightweight it is. It feels like nothing. Like, even just in comparison to the Madewell, because the Madewell is a full leather bag, obviously, so it's going to be a little heavier. This one feels like air, and it's so, so nice. It is made out of this like nice nylon material, and it does have an adjustable strap right here. It has one zipper, and that is how you open it. This almost kind of gives the feel of a sling bag, which is great because you can tighten up the strap and wear really, really close across your chest to give it a little bit more security, or you also have the option of wearing it a little bit more loose crossbody as well. I've kind of been going with the longer crossbody option, not so far down where it's kind of like by my hip, but a little bit more towards my upper hip or like lower stomach area, and personally for me that's been a really good length. So when you open the bag up, it is kind of just an empty space, and then there are two flat pockets. So there is one here and then one here. And these would be good for cash or cards or anything like that. But it does fit my long wallet, so let me show you guys. So here again is my long wallet, and it fits perfectly. So this is a really, really good functional bag as well. I think this would also be really good if you were going somewhere where the weather is going to be a little bit more finicky. This would definitely be a really good bag to have. So if I'm going somewhere where it's a little bit more rainy or it's snowing, I would probably pick this over the leather Madewell bag. But this is such a great lightweight travel bag. Can't decide which one I'm going to take to Mexico, but it's definitely going to be one or both of these. So let me bring the Madewell one back up again so you guys can see. This one, the Madewell, I feel like can definitely fit a little bit more. Just the capacity is bigger overall than this one is. But this one can fit a fair amount as well. So don't let the size deceive you by any means. And I have to say, for my instances where I really wanted to carry a non-designer handbag, these are the two that I have been gravitating towards the most lately, and I think they are both incredibly practical options. Obviously, you can't beat the price point of under $20 for this. This one is a little bit more expensive for sure, but I still think the price point is pretty good considering that it's all leather. And so while this one does retail for $168, since it's not available in the stores, I bet if you were able to go and find it on Poshmark, you could definitely find it for a much better deal than that, since it would be pre-loved. And considering it is an all leather bag and you can really just like use it a lot, I honestly think it looks better used, if that makes sense. Like, this is the kind of bag where what's great about it is that it ages so well, and the scratches and the scuffs and the marks are just going to give it more and more character over time. So I honestly can't wait to see how this ages in the future, because I think it's just going to get better with time and with more use. So kind of excited to see that. And oh, the other thing that I want to mention really quickly is that while both the straps are adjustable, they are not removable. So they are both attached to the bag. So definitely keep that in mind if you're considering either of these two options. But yeah, I can definitely understand why this one is so viral and so famous right now, and why so many people have it. And I think it is a really, really great bag to have. And I also think that this one is a really good option as well. So yeah, that is my quick little non-designer handbag review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would subscribe to my channel, I would really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.